Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 13, Episode 30, overall 690 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with the great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969 and has been a proud sponsor, advertiser of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show for the past 3 years. I hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday, April 9th, 2026. It's a little bit warmer here today, but some more rain here in Southern Ontario. And I want to give a shout out to my dentist. He always does a great job, Dr. Victoria Chan. She is one of the best dentists in Guelph. So if you're looking for a good dentist, check out Dr. Victoria Chan at Stone Road Dental here in Guelph. I hope I'm looking forward to my guest today. This is her fourth appearance on our show, and she is a Nashville country music recording star, an artist, and also a songwriter. She just released her latest single out on Friday, April 3rd, called You Got That Lovin'. And we're going to bring on Kirstie Kraus now. And she's a native of the state of Wisconsin. And I believe she's a Green Bay Packers fan too. So we're going to bring on country music recording artist Kirstie Kraus right now.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me. And look at this backdrop and everything. We're on so many platforms at the same time. So I feel like we're doing it right. We're celebrating.
Well, congratulations on your latest single. You Got That Lovin' out, and I guess it was a little bit of challenges at times getting the song ready out.
Yeah. I mean, at first, I didn't know if the project was even going to come to fruition because plans changed, and the three of us writing all together, we're going to get in the studio, and then that changed, and I was like, okay, maybe not. But then it just kept festering inside, and I was like, maybe just Mike and I can do the song together and co-produce it. And he said yes, and he was down. So I'm really glad I kind of got out of my comfort zone and decided to work with someone that I didn't know quite well. I mean, we know each other better now after working on music, but yeah, so that it was able to happen, and I'm really happy with the final product. I'm really happy it's out, and it's crazy to think that at some point, I just didn't think this was going to happen.
How long did it take for the song to come out? Like, obviously writing the song and producing it and getting it ready to go out on radio and live streaming platforms.
Yeah. You Got That Lovin'. I was written like probably a year or more ago. And I was trying to pull it up. But we wrote it in literally under 2 hours. But then it, you think about things at least 6 months in advance. And then by the time I put it up on the, through TuneCore as my distributor, and it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to let that sit. So now I'm like, okay, finished product. It is uploaded, all the things. And now I got to wait 6 to 8 weeks. So, it's fun to, in that window, I feel like I have this secret that I want to share, but I gotta wait. And so, yeah, I mean, a couple months ago was when I was really ramping up to schedule these things, to schedule radio interviews, and do a lot of content, do a lot of like lip syncing and in beautiful places.
Can you tell us a little bit about Mike Loudermilk, the producer, and Ariel Jade, I guess, was involved with this song too?
Yeah, Ariel Jade is an artist. She's like honky tonic is her sound and her vibe. And we did a duet called I Now Know Better. And that brought, and Mike Loudermilk produced it. And so that brought me to be introduced to him. And Mike Loudermilk is just a legend. He's been in country music since a baby because his dad, John Loudermilk, is a very famous songwriter and pretty much wrote all the hits in the 50s and 60s when country music was like just really developing its own space. And so he's just been around it. He worked with Tracy Lawrence, Crystal Gale, multiple cuts. And so to see him work in the studio and just how talented he is on all instruments. He also goes on the road with Paul Sykes a lot and does all the guitar parts and all the chicken picking for him. And yeah, he's wonderful. And it was really great to work with him.
And your song is airing on a YouTube channel in the UK as well.
Yes. It's been this song. It's crazy because the song's been put on Australia, Netherlands, UK, obviously the States. I know some other countries are talking about picking it up, and it just amazes me that we are able to do that through the internet.
Music is no longer just in one city or one state. It's really international.
Yeah, it is. I love it. And like we're sitting on here, you're in Canada, I'm in Nashville, crazy.
Yeah. Just like country music is huge in the UK, and I've had a UK artist on my show, Olivia Lynn. She's about 19 or 20, and she's very talented. And she was telling me how much country music has exploded in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, the first C2C Country to Country Festival was in 2013, but the attendee, there wasn't that many attendees, maybe like a couple thousand. Now, like C2C is huge. I've been lucky to go over there twice to be a part of C2C, but not just that festival. I mean, festivals are popping up everywhere in not just England, the UK, it's expanded. And a lot of artists that go over there have to extend their tour or like put another date right afterwards, like Carly Pearce, Morgan Wallen, because the demand is so high.
Do you have any plans to perform internationally again? And I mentioned it with you before about getting into the Canadian market too.
Yeah, that Canadian Christmas train would be a dream to start to have that be my first trip to Canada. So I keep like putting it out there and I put it on my list. I would love to go to Australia. Definitely I'm being played in Australia. So I'm very grateful for that. And I always want to, every year I want to be able to go to England or somewhere in the UK and have that be a regular stop, just because of how much the connections I've made and how much they love country music. And they really, truly listen to just every moment. And I've had great experiences there. I went in December. So I'm talking about making plans to go over there and doing an opening slot for some big shows over there. So I'm really excited.
How satisfying was it seeing this song released on April 3rd, just before Easter? And how has the reaction been from the local media and from the radio stations and live streaming platforms?
Yeah, honestly, I've definitely heard like people who don't have to pay compliments have said wonderful things. And I've heard like, it sounds like an interview before this, he said it's very like Kenny Chesney, and someone's like Sugarland meets Zach Brown. And then someone's like, this song is all encompassing of kind of everything you've released all in one. And I was like, oh my goodness, I love that. And to hear radio station DJs say, this is a good one, like we like what you're doing, this is a solid song, or stuff like that. Like they don't have to say that. They could just play the song. So I'm very appreciative that I'm getting this type of feedback. And it seems like people are just having a very positive response.
How did you come up with the name of the song?
All credit to Mike Loudermilk. He came and was grooving on this thing, and he's like, what about like you got that lovin'? And I was like, okay, yes. And I'm somebody who like can see a full picture in my brain, and now I gotta try to grab it and like piece it out. And so literally Ariel and I immediately went on to Verses and was like, okay, maybe it could be about this independent woman, this independent person that, you know, very much likes their own time and likes to pursue their work and doesn't share, you know, has never had that relationship where they want to share their life with someone, but then that person comes around, that like real love, and they're like, oh well, okay, I'll share my life. Like I really enjoy this person. And after we got that premise, we were typing away at Verses.
Who came up with the graphics and design that I have in the background here?
Yeah, that is an interesting and very hot topic. But me and ChatGPT collectively it just came up. And so working with Chat on this project, and I call it Chat, but working with ChatGPT was very helpful as far as getting the vibe, because I feel like it's very like kind of, it lends to it the beachy side, and it's sexy and groovy and bluesy country. And so when this happened, I was like, yeah, this is, we're getting close. I knew it needed to be in the yellow and warm, you know, orange red, but I knew it needed to have that yellow in there as well.
Now, did you have to condense, kind of shrink the song to fit radio? Because usually radio is about 2.5, 3 minutes.
I didn't for this one. It was just the way that it was written. It just had that. I didn't change it at all for radio.
What was your inspiration behind this latest single?
I pull a lot from just life, and I'm definitely in my like comforting love song era, you know, songs about love. And of course I always love to write songs that are empowering. And so it really is about my life. And I'm really been focusing on people that are close to me that just bring me love and joy. And that's where it came from.
Music is very powerful too, by the way.
It is. And my goal is to continue to put out music that makes people just feel better and have feelings and feel empowered and feel happy or groovy. Like I definitely want to be that artist and not put out like a whole bunch of sad songs. Like I'm more like this lane of
positive upbeat.
Yeah.
Any plans for another album and maybe getting this song on a vinyl record?
Ooh, I haven't thought about vinyl. I've had this question amongst fans like a handful of times, and I haven't thought about vinyl yet, even though that would be really cool. I definitely collect, you know, and have vinyl of my great grandmothers, and my dad has vinyl that I want to get my hands on.
I still have some from the 80s at home.
Yeah, he's got that Rumors record by Fleetwood Mac with his like letter A on the top right, and I would love, you know, to definitely inherit that one day and have that be a focal point in my home. But yeah, an album. I love albums. I've definitely said this publicly. I'm old school, where like I think just a piece of art together is a beautiful thing. And in my mind, I would have a bunch of albums out already. So I definitely have plans to do another one. I'm just working on how I can make that happen.
A couple of weeks ago, I was at a tribute band here near Toronto called the FMJ Band, Foreigner Meets Journey. And these guys did such a great job. They performed at a little theater here from the 1920s. It had 250 people. And they I swear to God, if it wasn't Foreigner Journey, I wouldn't have known the difference. They were that good. And I have one of the guys on my show tomorrow as well. Music is so powerful. As soon as I start hearing Foreigner and Journey, I go back to the 1980s as a teenage kid.
Yeah, I actually get to open for David Lee Roth this summer, and I'm about to officially announce it on social media platforms for Summerfest. And Summerfest is a big festival in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's also known as the Big Gig. So I was there 3 years ago, and I'm really excited to be back there and be asked back for the summer. And I'm like direct opening for this like rock star. So it was cool when he approved that I could be the opener, and I was like, all right, it's happening.
Congratulations, and I'm sure you've got a lot of festivals you're doing this summer, and a 7-day cruise too.
Yeah, the cruise was a lifetime trip. I've never been on a cruise, and I got asked to sing on a 7-day cruise, and we went to places I've never been, like Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, Tortola, and the Bahamas. And it was so much fun. There was a toga night. There was a pink night. So they named it Little Dab of Pink for Little Dab of Dolly, but also for breast cancer awareness. This group was raising money for breast cancer. So it was a really fun lifetime trip. But yes, lots of festivals coming up this summer and more touring. So I'm very excited. And CMA Fest is around the corner. So that's going to be really fun.
Can you just tell us about some of the adversity and the issues you faced with You Got That Lovin', and also about nearly passing out when you're recording this song? The story behind that.
Yes. I was so determined on getting this song and getting the vocals, and I wasn't quite sure on how the process worked with being able to punch in or anything. I mean, I ended up going there and working with Mike, and he was really fast, but I had prepared. I like got up and ran and did all these things. So I was like super warmed up, and I wanted this song to feel comfortable and lived in and not manufactured. I want it to feel like I was singing right, like, live right to you. And so I did a bunch of just full takes, and I got out of the vocal booth, and it ended up being only 45 minutes. And normally you would take like 90 minutes or a little more is like normal. 45 minutes, cut my vocal. And I remember getting out there and sitting down, and all of a sudden I was super lightheaded because I had like overly focused so hard to get just right in the pocket of what I wanted for the song. And yeah, I've just never done it like that. It was a great experience. Working with Mike Loudermilk was great. And the fact that we could get something that quickly, I don't know if I'll be able to do that again, but it was awesome.
What makes Mike such a great talent to work with?
His musicianship and his ability to just take direction and pivot and be like, well, what about this? That's close. Maybe add a little bit more Beach Boys or whatever you say to him. He's like, he's got it. And when a good producer has a vast like things to pull from and influences, and they've listened to all sorts of music, so that no matter what scenario they're in, they can pull from that and create something fresh and new. And I feel like he did that with a song, and not only in the chord structure, but just in all the little parts that we added.
How important is it to work with the right people in the music industry?
Extremely important. I mean, even along those lines, when you work with the right producer for the right song that fits, and their thing fits so perfectly on this song, that's a beautiful marriage. Like it's everything. So I have a couple more songs I'm looking at, and I'm like, ooh, who's the best producer for this? And I just feel like this is a song that's totally something that Mike could crush in his sleep. And so I'm very happy that it worked out.
What kept you motivated and focused coming back to this song and going with your gut instinct to complete this song?
It was really the vibe of the song. What kept me motivated is I've always been drawn to songs that make people feel good and that are groovy and have this fun bass part. And song that I wished to perform live. And so I feel like the opportunity was given to me and out there that I should follow and take. And I really do. I am motivated to trust my gut, my higher self, my, the God that lives within me. I'm eager to just like, okay, this is a beautiful, wonderful opportunity with very positive, like good people in the business. This was put in my lap for a reason. And I feel like I need to honor that and follow that. And now we're sitting here.
Kirstie, I know you've already given me permission, but because of Facebook and YouTube, I have permission to play your latest song. You got that lovin'?
Yes, please. And you have permission to play my latest single, You Got
Just
That Lovin'.
Just because of the copyright stuff here on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
And this is courtesy of your YouTube channel too. I've already subscribed, Kirstie Kraus. Please, everybody, subscribe, like, and share. And this is her latest single that came out to the public on Friday, April 3rd, called You Got That Lovin'. Just bear with me 1 second, and I'll make sure the audio works here.
Alone, with no problems, sleeping at night, and up each morning with no worries in sight. Thought I had a pretty good lay of the land by taking matters into my own hands. Never knew I wanted more than I already had. Then you came along with what I need so bad. Yeah, life, you caught my eye. I can see you as my ride or die. Never needed more than what I already had, but you got that loving that I need so bad. Yeah, I want it. Yeah, I need it. Gotta have it. Cause you got that loving that I need so bad. Yeah, you got that loving that I need so bad. Yeah, I want it. Yeah, I need it. Gotta have it. Cause you got that loving that I need so bad. Yeah, you got that loving that I need so bad. Yeah, you got that loving that I need so bad.
Thank you so much for letting me play this off of your YouTube channel. I think you've got a hit there. That's just a great song. Oh, you're muted. Yeah.
Sorry
Okay,
about
just 1
that.
second.
Thank
Kirstie's
you.
still here. No,
Thank you so much.
It's okay. You got it. You're very welcome. I think you did a terrific job on that song, and I love the backgrounds too. Now, are you going to make the song into a music video at some point?
I definitely want to, and I have
Okay.
a bunch of content in places, so I might be doing like a visualizer hybrid of like lyrics and all these places I've been able to go just in the last like month and a half. But I wanted to tell you, I did look it up, and there's two different writing sessions the three of us did, and we either wrote it in April 23rd, 2025, or May 14th, 2025. So we're literally looking at almost a year later. It's crazy how you write a song and it takes a while for it to get re-recorded.
It's crazy how fast time goes, and I met you, I think, back in 2024, so it's been a couple years now.
Yeah, it does. Time flies. You got me curious because you asked that question. I was like, I want to know when we wrote it. I haven't looked that up.
Kirstie, how much would you say you've evolved and improved as an artist and songwriter, even in just the last couple years?
Ooh, I definitely feel like because I've been able to just explore and do collaborations and more co-writes, and put out music from those co-writes, I feel like I've learned like where my space is as an artist, and then how I take that and collaborate with somebody else and their sound and still try to keep it within this space but bring their sound in as well. And doing that has definitely made me like explore that more. But I feel like when you put out a record, that kind of establishes it, and then now I have this like that bluesy country, rock thing, but mixed with like these beach vibes and this happiness, like sunshine thing over here, and melding them together I feel like I'm on like a very just a me, being authentic, like a very me lane, and finding that has just brought me a lot of joy. And so I think, yeah, doing all of that exploration has brought me here.
How much has music changed your life?
Music has, yeah, it is a focal point since I was a little girl. So if music did not exist, my life would look very different. I mean, I was doing theater, community theater, dance, piano, and working at a professional theater, like very young, and singing at church and singing at whatever festivals would have me, whatever bands would have me during their break. I was doing that at a very young age. So yeah, my entire life would look very different.
Who are some of your biggest influences and mentors, and how important was it your family supporting what you're doing?
I think family support is very important. I think it's very helpful. I mean, just to be today, like shout out mom sharing the stream to my music Facebook page so more people can tune in while we're chatting. I really, just little things like that. I'm so grateful that I have that support. And there was a time in my life I didn't drive. So guess who was driving me to the Nashville Songwriting Association meetings to learn how to write songs? And, those moments wouldn't have happened. Maybe I would have started music later in life, where right now I feel like I've been able to have, I have a full catalog and a lot of songs under my belt because I started writing a lot younger and started coming to Nashville and making trips and co-writing in Nashville at 15. So I think that it's a big difference.
Have you thought about one day writing a song about the impact of your mom and your family?
For sure. I do. I have a song that is not recorded, but it's called Show Up, and it's for my sister. And I have performed it 3 years ago is when I performed it for the first time. And it's really about like, I'm going to show up for you because you've shown up for me. And it's a fun, like groovy song, but the lyrics, when you really listen to the lyrics, It says everything I'd want to say to my sister. It kind of gets me emotional when I perform it.
And music is a form of therapy as well.
Absolutely. And there are songs that I've written that won't see the light of day, and they were just for me, just for that time to get out that feeling.
Kirstie, for those people that are watching this show live stream right now or on audio, and there's somebody out there that's looking to get into the music industry, from your experiences, what advice would you give to them?
Don't wait for anyone to come to you. Just my advice is to put yourself out there as much as humanly possible. COVID was a blessing in disguise. The silver lining to that was I couldn't book shows, so I started reaching out to brands and being like, I will do takeovers, interviews. I'll write with people online. And so that's, I guess, is a two-parter. Also, no matter what happens, just don't be afraid to reinvent yourself and pivot. And, it doesn't have to be hard. Sometimes you just have to pivot to what is working right now and then make that the focal point. But definitely back to the first part, just reach out, just introduce yourself to as many people as humanly possible, because the internet is vast and you gotta be the first one to reach out.
Connections and network. And I reinvented myself 6 years ago when I was 47, going from security into broadcasting. And once I got a taste of the broadcasting bug, 6 years later, I love doing it. And also the impact, everybody talks about radio and TV, but live streaming and podcasting now too gets you more exposure as an artist as well.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you did, because you're a natural.
Well, it's the guests that make a great show. I'm still learning to get better and working hard. And one thing I've learned about the media radio industry, and I know it's tough, never get complacent. I think the time you're in a career where you start getting complacent might be time to move on to something else.
Absolutely. And I did a lot of, in regards to that, I did a lot of band shows. And when 2020 happened, I shifted and I was like, okay, the world looks like acoustic shows. So I'm going to pick up the guitar and make sure I play the guitar for every show. And it was really, it was January of 21 that I told myself that. And so even though I started the guitar at 15, it was very on and off relationship. And when that happened, I was like, we're playing the guitar. That's it. This is from now on out.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's 3 words to describe your guitar playing? 3 words.
Ooh. Bold. And I want to say a different word than happy, but I definitely lean into the upstrokes and the anticipation stuff. So so syncopated, happy, and bold.
When you started playing the guitar, did you pick it up immediately, or did it take a while of a lot of hard work and practice and reps?
Guitar is a thing that it took, it just takes everyone hard work. And I definitely learned that because, running came naturally, the piano kind of came naturally. The violin was easier. The guitar, it was hurt. It hurt your hands, and you have to do these 2 things at once. So it takes hours, and I've definitely learned that the hard way.
In your opinion, who are some of the best guitar players out there, female and male, from your perspective?
Yeah, I love Brent Paisley, and he's great at the guitar. I like how he sings with the guitar, and really you want to hear what he has to say. Also, there was a member of my first band ever called Country Twist. When he did solos, you wanted to hear the next note. And I think guitar players that do that are very talented. Not just, this is what I can do, and top of mind, Mike Loudermilk he's so versatile and has the touch for everything. You can tell he's dedicated his life to that craft. Yeah.
What's the story behind you and Mike meeting in the music industry?
The story is really because I was going into RCA. I was recording a demo with a co-writer, and I've gone up there and written with Wood Newton, who has a studio in RCA. And then he was sharing the space with Mike Loudermilk. And so Mike was like recording the demo as well of the song that we wrote. And then they were like, you need to meet Ariel. And I walked across, the way and met her. She has a space in RCA Studios. And then full circle, she was like, let's write with Mike. And I was like, yeah. And so my first experience with him was actually recording a demo of a song that I wrote with Wood Newton in RCA.
Kirstie, would you go back to playing in a band again in the future?
Yes. I can't even hesitate about that. I love the collaboration piece. And if it was right, then I would jump to it. I love harmonies. I love to be able to harmonize. I mean, I have been in show choir and choir, and I've brought like about 10 artists out on the road with me, and I just figure out how they're singing and I harmonize on the spot, like on stage. So I feel like music for me is something to be enjoyed together and shared. And it by no means has to be just me.
What's your biggest strengths asset as a musician and a songwriter?
I think that's deep. We're getting deep. I feel like with my experience, I definitely am very solid in my thing and kind of like what makes my sound. And I have kind of like how Brad Paisley, I definitely look up to him. He has his own style of writing. Like he's definitely influenced my style of writing and just my frame of where I show up. I also typically have an idea, have some lyrics, melody, and because I'm so like, this is me, this is how I want it, I drive the song and pretty much know almost how the song's gonna sound while we're trying to step by step like figure it out and create it. But it's like I can almost see it in the distance in like a black and white gray picture, and I'm trying to just like pull it in. And so sometimes someone will say a line of like, that doesn't fit like the whole sentiment. So I really feel like a strength of mine is knowing what's right and where it's going to be, and like knowing the feeling I'm going for. And I feel like a lot of my co-writers, that people have said that that's a little bit more rare, is to be writing with an artist that like really knows what it needs to be and what the song is going to be.
Kirstie, what do you want from your fans to take from your music and songwriting?
I want them to take just feeling good and good vibes and feeling empowered and feeling that like, yeah, like I should lean into that person that makes me feel love and that I love. When they listen to this song, it makes them want to reach out to that person or just put the song on and enjoy it together. And I want them to take away those type of feelings.
One of my favorite love songs, and I'll say this on here and I'll admit it was from 1976, the Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. That is one of my favorite all-time songs.
I love that. I like Josh Turner, Time Is Love. And if we're talking about love songs and my top ones, then Crazy Girl by the Eli Young Band. That song sounds simple, but it's not. There's so much other, things going on in there. And obviously Brad Paisley has some beautiful like love songs.
I'm going to put you on the spot here as we wrap the show up in a couple of minutes. What's one fun fact about You Got That Loving, the single, the latest song? What's a fun fact about it?
Okay. It has B3, and there's this part where it's like it's this higher pitch, like, and it sits up there. And at first we were going to be done with the song, and I was like, no, it needs that B3 part that's just kind of drone, like hymnal holding. I was like, we're missing that. And then I also thought I was going to put a thicker guitar solo on it, but I was like, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. It doesn't make sense for this song to beef it up even more. I still want it to be like a relaxed, simplistic production, where I am very known for like multiple guitar layers and like lots of stuff going on in the production. But I decided to err on the side of it just not having that thick guitar solo and just featuring the B3 on the back end of the solo.
Kirstie, any plans in the future to get into the coaching, teaching aspects of music?
Yes, because I think the more that I run on the mentality of music is for everyone. This is not a competition. It's just to be enjoyed, shared, and collaborate and all the things. So I automatically behind the scenes answer a lot of questions, and I just like doing it out of the joy of my heart, because I want people to experience, their path to the fullest as what music can bring them. And so it's not out of the question. I really enjoy that part, and right now I just do it behind a curtain, but definitely could be something I do in the future.
What are your thoughts on AI in the music industry, and do you find it's shrinking the creativity?
Yes, it definitely is shrinking creativity, because AI is very powerful and it is changing our algorithms even more to be hyper focused on like a certain sound and a certain type of production, which has been crazy to see. And then also with the algorithms, it's just watching this music industry be turned upside down and almost not even to be able to keep up with technology and how we release music. And there wasn't laws around, so then an AI song is like number 1 on Billboard charts, but technically it's not, but technically it is. It's like everybody's confused right now, like, because it's just happened so quickly. So I definitely think that's why it's such a hot topic. And I use AI because I am a small business with like me and a couple people helping and just contractors. So to do the cover art, to do certain things, but I do have perimeters with it.
And what are your thoughts on live streaming platforms right now? What, like Apple, iTunes, Spotify? What would you like to see for them, for the artists to be compensated more for their work?
Just exactly that. I think it's crazy that my subscription to Spotify, it has gone up, and we're now in the $14 range, and yet nobody else is getting paid more for the art that we're putting out. And that's very frustrating, because the reason why people are on those platforms is for the art. And I feel like that should be paid more and more fairly. So like, I commend NSAI. Their headquarters is in Nashville, and they've been working very hard with legislation, and like, they will not stop. They are just trying to fight it.
I'm going to put you on the spot here as we wrap up the show. This is a new segment on my show. It's called Ask the Host CDP a Question. Do you have a question for me to put me on the hot seat?
Yeah. Okay. My first question is, how many artists have you had? And then how many artists from Nashville have you had on the show? Because you do such a wide spectrum.
I've had musicians from Canada on, the US on, and the UK on. I would guess maybe 80. I've done almost 800
Okay.
shows, so I would say almost 80. And Danny is coming on my show on April 15th to plug his newest single.
Ooh,
And
I have heard it, and you are gonna love it.
Danny's a good guy. And the last time he came on, we talked for almost 2 hours.
He
So,
knows ins and out about sports. He literally mentioned your name the other day
yeah,
because I mentioned how I was coming on here,
yeah,
and he cannot wait to just nerd
yeah.
out with you on all of it.
And a couple weeks ago, I covered a tribute band I mentioned earlier in our show, Foreigner Journey. So I have the gentleman who's in charge of that tribute band and his own music company here in Canada, Michael Peltier, on my show tomorrow as well. So music is international. Wherever you are in the world and you have a unique story and career, you're welcome on here. And I love sports, but I also want my show to be very diverse. And I love having people on from different countries and different backgrounds as well.
Awesome. Well, I'm very appreciative that this is my fourth time coming on.
Fourth
So
time, fourth time, and hopefully a fifth maybe in the future.
yeah, I feel like I'm in the forefront running as far as musicians coming back on the show. And it's always a pleasure to be able to be interviewed by you. And I just thank you for helping me celebrate the single.
Well, I'm always happy for other people's successes, and that's what we need in the world more. Be happy for other people's successes, and music it's an escape from reality too.
Absolutely. I remember one time I was in Manchester area and you were in Canada and we had that much of a difference, but we still made an interview happen around when I dropped Dabba and Beaches Be Crazy in the same month. And that was a wild time because I was like, I need internet and blah, 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 but we did it. And I was so grateful.
This technology really, it does shrink the world down.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And also, by the way, I'm going to send you the link again to the CNE. It's a summer fair in Toronto every end of August and Labor Day,
Okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're looking for country music artists. And I think it would be a great opportunity for you if you were able to come in here.
Yay.
So if I can help out in any way,
Absolutely. This is the month. Like the month of April is when you start doing first touches for any other artists that are listening.
Yep.
First touches for next year. So I'd love to reach out and be like, 2027, I am available and ready to come.
And finally, Kirstie, where can our audience follow you on social media, your website, and some of your upcoming live performances, and the best way of contacting you directly for business opportunities?
Yes. Best way to contact directly is my email. That's literally the best way to coordinate. So contact at KirstieKraus.com. But I am on whatever social media platform you're on. We're on a lot of them streaming right now. I am on all of those and treat it like text message. So feel free to reach out to me. I also have a Kirstie's Thirsties Facebook group. So you can join that for actual notifications on Facebook. And I have a mailing list, and that's where you get fun insight stories to, this things I've gone through just to make this song happen. So feel free to connect there as well. And Bands in Town is so helpful because it will let you know when I'm coming to Canada or wherever the people that you're tuning in from. It will literally give you an email and a notification when I'm coming just to your area.
I'm in your Kirstie group, but unfortunately I can get your messages, but I can't comment.
So we might have to look into that.
So I get your messages, I just can't comment. And your mom is watching. Lori, great interview so far. It's your daughter that makes the show great. Aww. I'm just a host. My job as a host is to make the guests comfortable and share their stories.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Mom. Look at her with the grandbabies. Those are my niece and nephew, and I'm literally obsessed with them.
They grow up quick and joy because my two nieces and my nephew, they're all in their 20s now. So just enjoy them because they grow up so quick.
Yeah, age 3 and 9 months now. And so I'm like, whoa, 3 years. Holy moly.
Now, can the 3-year-old had a little Easter chocolate?
Yes, she was looking for eggs for the first time and discovering that, the Easter Bunny hides eggs and each egg has different stuff in it. And it was really cool to watch the videos and be able to see that.
What's your favorite thing about Easter as we wrap this up?
I love the gathering of family and obviously an Easter ham. I'm a good, traditional, I just want the Easter ham. And I love the fact that it's the thing with Easter is it has all those spring colors involved with it too. And I really love those. The colors just make me happy.
I like ham too, but this year I had homemade lasagna for Easter.
Ooh, that's really good. Yeah.
Yes.
And I love Easter is a very powerful holiday on the religious front. And so it reminds us all of and of our spirits and why we can be here and be forgiven of our sins.
Kirstie, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here today. Continued success in your music career. And even though you're a guest on my show, I'm proud to call you a friend. And hopefully one day I'll be able to meet you in person and see you perform live along with your mom too, who's on my social media platforms as well. So thank you to your mom, Lori, too.
Yes, and shout out to Cammie Ray saying hello. I adore you. They're up in Vermont, and I have actually Vermont syrup in my coffee right now. But yes, I would love to come up there, and I cannot wait to meet you in person. And you are a dear friend, so just thank you so much.
And I don't hold it against you that you're a Green Bay Packer fan either.
And the fact that I'm trying to convince other people to be Green Bay Packer fans actively. Don't hold that against me either.
I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. But hey, Kirstie, I'm going to let you go, but I want to say thank you so much. Congratulations on you got that loving single.
Thank you.
Continue success in your career. And give me a little bit of time this afternoon, and I'll send you the full video, the audio, and then I'll edit the video into reels and clips as well. So
great.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
You too. Thank you. Have a great afternoon, Kirstie.
You as well. Bye.
All right, everyone. That wraps up season 13, episode 30, episode 30, overall 690 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And thank you to my guest today, Kirstie Kraus, Nashville country music recording artist, songwriter, and just released her latest song that came out on Friday, April 3rd, called You Got That Lovin'. Please check out her music, KirstieKraus.com. She is on all social media sites, and her website again is KirstieKraus.com. And for booking purposes, go to booking purposes, contact at KirstieKraus.com. So if you're looking to book Kirstie this summer, contact at KirstieKraus.com. And again, our website is KirstieKraus.com, and check out her bands in town links. And she's on all social media platforms as well. And she is also the 2024 Female Country Artist of the Year. She's one of the most talented country music singers out there as well. And she's got some upcoming shows as well, and I will post them right here. Her next upcoming show is April 12th in Nashville, Tennessee as well, so I'll post that there as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, I want to say thank you to everyone for watching this show live stream and on my audio platform, and thank you to Lori Kraus for watching. She did a great job with her daughter, and for your support of my media work and talk show as well. And as we wrap this show up, guys, the Cambridge District Humane Society is having a fundraiser this Saturday, April 11th. Saturday, April 11th from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock at the Newfoundland Club located at 1500 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. They're having a Prohibition Speakeasy fundraising event, 1920 theme. Tickets are still available, only $75 per ticket, and you can get your tickets at CambridgeHumaneSociety.org. All the money from the ticket sales will go back into the programs at the Cambridge District Humane Society. $75. They will have some. They'll have some appetizers, desserts, some refreshments, and a live band there, and a silent auction that was put on by Zach, who's their social media and events coordinator as well. And I've donated some prizes myself. And if you're a business and company and you're unable to make this event, it's not too late to contact me at cpalme19@gmail.com or Zach or Kat at the Cambridge District Humane Society at 519-623-7722 extension 0 if you'd like to donate a gift certificate or a prize for the silent auction as well. So I'm really looking forward. I will be there this Saturday night, April 11th from 7 o'clock to 11 p.m. Eastern at the Cambridge Newfoundland Club, not far from the Cambridge District Humane Society at 1500 Dunbar Road. And if you want to get tickets and you don't want to do it online at cambridgehumanesociety.org, again, you can call them at 519-623-7722 extension 0. Ask for Kat or Zach and you can purchase your tickets there. Or if you'd like to go down to the Cambridge District Humane Society and get your tickets from Zach and Kat, they are located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario, right across from the Cambridge Centre Mall. And as we wrap up the show, guys, it is truck month at Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership. That's right, 0% financing for 72 months. For more details, visit the dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall or give them a call at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. The reason I have been a Barry Cullen Chevrolet customer for the last 26 years, not just because of the quality products of GM, but the great customer service, and it's family run and operated here in Guelph since 1969. So for your vehicle needs, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership. Again, 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. And as we wrap up the show, guys, you're looking for a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP, go to cameo.com and type in my name, Chris Palme. I do happy birthday, happy Hanukkah, happy anniversaries, congratulations, whatever you like within reason. And I look forward to doing your request. So check me out on cameo.com and type in my name, Chris Palme, and look forward to doing a cameo request from you soon. You can follow me on Blue Sky Social at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society, located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or you can visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the pets and the animals that are up for adoption, their profiles and information are on there as well. And a big shout out to Michelle and the staff there who do a great job in looking after our homeless furry friends and ensuring they get adopted into good homes with good families as well. And there's dogs down there right now like Bernie and Opie and Olivia that are looking for homes. So if you're looking to adopt, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society. Remember, adopt, don't shop. And one thing at the Cambridge District Humane Society, you can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it as well. So if you're looking to adopt, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society. They do a wonderful job down there with the animals as well. As we wrap up the show, guys, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. And I'm hoping to get this on TikTok at some point. Make sure you check out my up-to-date website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. You can see all my social media sites, all my talk shows, and some of my interviews with different professions around the world there. So beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme if you want to check out my website. As always, you can also follow me on TikTok. Yes, I'm still on TikTok there for now. You can follow me at TikTok at Chris Palme on TikTok. And I do use TikTok for my media work. And please make sure you follow, share, and like on my TikTok page. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars, live streaming, podcasting, go to StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I do. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com and contact their sales department for business pricing as well. And yours truly has been with StreamYard now for 5 years, I give them a big thumbs up. So if you're looking to do webinars, live streaming, broadcasts, or podcasts, StreamYard.com. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. And the audio version of this show has been listened to in 80 countries around the world, and also over 11,000 plays and downloads on Spotify. So thank you to everyone for watching this show live stream, but also to those that listen to it on audio form. So it's you, the audience, that make the great shows along with my great guests. So thank you for supporting Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, the Argo Bounce podcast show during the CFL season, and the Small Talk podcast, which I do once a month with my co-host Marlene Sharp as well. Finally, guys, you can email me at live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpame19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to support my YouTube channel and my media content, you can do it through paypal.com. Go to paypal.com at Chris Pame, cpame19@gmail.com. If you'd like to support my YouTube channel, media work through paypal.com, or book a personalized video message again from yours truly, CDP, on cameo.com under Chris Pame. Finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blue Sky Social, at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social. And also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to Chris Pame, Live with CDP Talk Show, subscribe, like, and share. And I have a lot of content there. And also, I have a lot of YouTube shorts there as well. So please check me out on YouTube. And as we wrap up the show, we get another comment from Cammie Ray, who's watching on Facebook. Hello. Thank you, Cammie Ray, for watching. And Lori Kraus, the mother of Kirstie Kraus, thank you so much for watching as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, we've got Major League Baseball action going on today. We have the Detroit Tigers, who are struggling, taking on the Minnesota Twins today at 1:40. The Tigers are 4-7 and are trying to avoid being swept by the Twins. The Tigers need to get their pitching together. They need to get their hitting together. I know it's only April and it's only 11 games, but the Tigers are really struggling here. And the Detroit Red Wings, another struggling Detroit team, they're 3 points out of a playoff spot with 3 games left. The Red Wings basically have to win their last 3 games and need some help from other teams. Their odds of getting in are not good. And tonight, the Red Wings are at home at Little Caesars Arena at 7 o'clock, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers and Rick Tocchet, their head coach. The Flyers are trying to make the playoffs as well. So for the Red Wings, they need to win all 3 games, and they need some help. And even if the Red Wings win their last 3 games, they still might not get in as well. And that is about it. And the Detroit Pistons crushed the Milwaukee Bucks last night, 137-111. Cade Cunningham returned after missing 3 weeks with a collapsed lung. Cade played, I believe, 25 minutes and had 13 points and was very effective in the Pistons winning their 58th game last night. Pistons are the number 1 seed in the NBA East at 58-21. Pistons have 2 games left. And we'll see what they do. See if the Pistons can win those 2 games and get to 60 wins for the first time since 05-06 as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by BarryCullen.com, is going to be on Friday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern with special guest and a friend of mine. His name is Michael Peltier. He is a music industry consultant, a promoter, a musician, educator, and the owner and president of his own company called RPM Artist Group. And he's also the lead bass guitarist for the FMJ band, Foreigner Meets Journey band as well, which I saw play here in Fergus 3 weeks ago. And they do a great job as a tribute band to Foreigner and in Journey as well. So Michael Peltier will be on tomorrow night, Friday, April 10th, 7 p.m. with Michael Peltier, and look forward to talking to him about his music career and his business with RPM Artist Group as well. I hope everybody has a great afternoon and great evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And again, thank you to Kirstie Kraus and to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for sponsoring and advertising on the show. And of course, thank you to the audience for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for another edition of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, hosted by Chris Pame and brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership.